This is homework 9, number 6. We're going to start by solving for the homogeneous version of this first. So we're going to set this whole thing equal to 0. From there, we're going to find my annihilator. Set that equal to 0. And this right here is going to be my f of d. From there, I can find my characteristic equation. M to the 4th minus 2m squared plus 1 is equal to 0. We can factor these out. So my m's are going to be equal to plus or minus 1, plus or minus 1. From there I can get my fs. E to the x, e to the negative x e to the x e to the negative x. I can get my yc from that. c1 e to the x plus c2 e to the negative x plus c3 x e to the x plus c4 x e to the negative x. My next step is to solve for the non-homogeneous version of this. This right here is going to be my j of x. I'm going to find the annihilator for that, which is going to end up being my g d. The annihilator for that is d minus 1. My next step is to do my fd times my g of d. That's going to give me d to the 4th minus 2d squared plus 1 times d minus 1. Change all those to m's. This is going to give me m is equal to plus or minus 1, and 1. From there, my fs and h is going to be e to the x e to the x squared e to the x to the e to the negative x, and x e to the negative x. To find my yp, I subtract the two sets. I'm going to subtract my fs_nh from my fsh. So I'm going to subtract this entire thing from my fsh, which I found earlier. We're going to find what they have in common. This whole set is actually going to cancel. We're going to be left with this one. My next step is to do my yp. Since there's only one term, it's going to be alpha times x squared e to the x. My original equation called for y to the 4th minus 2y squared plus y. So therefore I'm going to times my alpha by that. I'm going to get yp prime is alpha x squared e to the x plus x e to the x 2x. My yp double prime is alpha times this. Which simplifies down to alpha times this. Next, I have to find triple prime. Next is to the 4th. I multiply my alpha times this. The simplified version gives me this. Next, I'm going to rewrite the equation. And I'm going to pull out the common terms. So alpha e to the x leaves me with x squared plus 8x plus 12. The next common term is this. Set that equal to e to the x. As you can see, this is going to cancel and you're going to get a 0. Eight alpha minus 8 alpha also gives you a 0. Set that equal to e to the x. You're left with e to the x. 8 alpha is equal to e to the x. Therefore, 8 alpha is 1, and alpha is therefore 1/8. To find my general solution, which is y, yc plus yp. c1 e to the x plus c2 e to the negative x plus c3 x e to the x plus c4 x e to the negative x plus what we found our yp to be is 1/8 x squared e to the x, where all the c's are arbitrary constants.